Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on the topic of narcissistic manipulation and control tactics, specifically as it relates to inhibiting communication. The narcissist is someone who really works consistently and chronically to promote themselves at a level above others, while their sources of supply, the relationships in their life, are strictly for them meant to be a relationship that is built strictly and solely for developing the further advancement of the narcissist. So the narcissist will do calculated and manipulative. They will utilize a number of different tactics and strategies to exploit and take advantage of and victimize others in pursuit of these goals. So in other words, the end result for the narcissist is that they are to become the one in control, the one in power, the one who is dishing it up, the one who is serving it up, the one who is prevailing, and the one who victimizes others in order to keep them down, subservient, and less than. And now, a lot of people knowingly enter into a relationship with a narcissist because they enjoy the narcissist. They, maybe admire them for whatever reasons. However, fairly, certain into the relationship, it is discovered that the narcissist has a number of combative and antagonistic ways that are really hurtful of the victim. And sometimes this isn't discovered for months or years into the relationship. And it can even occur, when the narcissist is essentially exposed, when you find out that they have been involved in pathological lying, diseased drinking, diseased drugging, unfair treatment, lack of communication, lack of affection. So a number of different, complaints come up in each situation. However, one of the key, traits is that there's a manipulation so that they're the one in control and they're the one in power. And this control and power is definitely going to be experienced by the victims in their life, which we're calling victims, meaning, in other words, they have been people who have been taken advantage of by the narcissist. They're going to experience this definitely, most certainly, in the form of communication difficulties and communication detriments. So how does the narcissist utilize communication? How do they end up manipulating and controlling people? This is a big one, and this is very important. It's also very important for you to understand that the narcissist will utilize calculating ways in order to keep themselves in a position of power, superior to you, and you essentially out of control in their eyes until you gain the knowledge and understanding and can then distance yourself and start to create some boundaries between you and them. So the narcissist will try to always keep an upper hand, a position of control and power with their victim through communication, oftentimes through criticism, judgment, denigrating your opinion, denigrating your viewpoint, essentially, asserting that you are not worthy. Your viewpoint is not worthy. Your viewpoint is incorrect. So they try to, and this is done through a lot of the brainwashing. It can really be very sort of confusing and make people really, really begin to doubt themselves when they feel like they are in a relationship with these people. And it can be very crippling, very damaging, and a lot of people actually develop a lot of low self-esteem, and it can really impact all areas of their life, including physically, emotionally, psychologically as well. But realize that one of the key components, the key manipulation and control mechanisms that the narcissist and the psychopath will utilize is that they are always right and everyone else is essentially wrong. They are, in pursuit of this very ideal sort of perfection, and really essentially everyone else does not measure or match up. I've had a viewer who recommended, that, or not recommended, but expressed that, the narcissist in his life basically said, no one thinks like you. In other words, it's a very direct insult to his very own thought pattern, which is a very grandiose statement to make. And the narcissist is extremely grandiose, and this is a very typical example of a grandiose statement where someone can absolutely positively make a statement to shut down your thinking pattern. I mean, that is a very great, huge red flag where a narcissist is going to berate you, criticize you, and judge you for your thought process, and constantly, use this against you. They're in a constant, it's a constant lever that they will utilize to try to separate you from your very identity and create what is considered a victim identity, a supply identity. So in other words, you are not permitted or allowed to exist as separate and as individual and independent and empowered and wonderful outside of the control or power of this narcissist. So in essence, they're so antagonistic that they don't even want to give you right and access to your own thinking pattern, to your own values, to your own sort of thought process and experience in the world. So if you are not permitted to have a thought process or experience in the world, that should give you a huge red flag that the narcissist is using this sort of hostile and grandiose allegations against their victim, against the people in their world and in their life, that you are wrong. So the narcissist will often use this in many different formats to try to communicate that you are wrong and that they are right. So this is on a chronic and consistent basis. In fact, the criticism can be so chronic and consistent, people often feel like I can never do anything right. So this should give you a good red flag and a good acknowledgement that the narcissist is lambasting you, is basically, trying to condemn you with all these false accusations, criticism, etc., specifically in a communication style, so that you can serve then to be shut down and remain in a victim status. And I know that this is a lot. I know that this is kind of advanced information, and it's something I absolutely positively want to help you through and help you understand, so you can regain your voice, so you can regain your foothold, so you can regain your position and outlook in life as a wonderful human being. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please help those people in need, and please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.